first pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
The NCAA stars are about to become rookies again. The next generation of stars hit the orange carpet tonight in New York for the WNBA draft. Caitlin Clark went first overall to the Indiana Fever, followed by Cameron Brink going to LA. And third pick and NCAA champion Camila Cardozo is heading to Chicago alongside Angel Reese, who went seventh overall. This was the first time fans have come to the draft since 2016, and all 1,000 tickets were sold in 15 minutes. It is the culmination of an incredible NCAA season, which came to a close with record viewership numbers for the championship game. Simply put, women's basketball is having a long-awaited moment. Joining me now, fresh from the draft, CNN sports anchor Coy Wire, also with the CNN contributor Cari Champion. So glad to have you both here. How lucky am I tonight? Yes.
Coy dressed up. We planned it. I said, are we going to do a three-piece or what?
Orange carpet ready, right?
Ready.
Wait, both three pieces? Is the lining good too?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have the same lining.
Get close to that. All right.
You got me. I don't have it.
Okay, well, there you go. Then I'll begin with you tonight. Thank you very much.
Let's do this.
Take me into this draft. This was a big night.
It was a big night and a culmination of a lot of years of hard work, decades of hard work. The WNBA has been around for 27 years, and I think we've all felt this growth, this boom in the popularity of not just college hoops, but women's sports in general. And when I got there tonight at the Brooklyn Academy of Music, this historic venue, right? They had their first event there in 1861, and tonight they're hosting the next stars of the WNBA. And from the busload out, when they started to come out, there were kids of all ages, parents with jerseys on, cheering these superstars into the venue. And then when you were in there, I mean, that place was popping. I mean, there was so much energy. It almost blew the lid off the place. And you had legendary coaches like Dawn Staley in the house to see their players like Camila Cardozo get drafted third overall. And it had this family vibe to it. I've been to a lot of NFL drafts, and you do get this great sense of fandom, but you kind of get that division because there's like us versus them. But this, no matter which team's jersey they had on, they were all cheering for every pick. And I love that sense of community that I saw and felt there tonight.
It's important. Go ahead.
Well, to his point, I think going to WNBA games, everyone wants to compare, and I don't think we should, because there is more of a familial community, and it feels more like a family event. And this is their moment, as you well know, because they have Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and Dawn Staley and Cameron Brink, and they have, obviously, Cardozo. They have all these huge superstars that we're familiar with, and we can say their names, but there is still this intimacy that I think is really important, that we don't need to try to make them not have anymore by comparing it to the NBA. This was a big night, a huge night. And for me, watching, I'm sitting at home, I'm thinking, this is so special. And I hope that they can really, really capitalize on the momentum of what is happening. And by they, I mean the WNBA.
Is it similar in this draft? Many have probably watched the NBA draft in terms of if you go first overall, you're really not going to stay at that team in the long run.
No, it's
That's not the same thing here, right?
No, because they only have 13 teams, and that includes the new team that's coming from, that'll be in San Francisco. And then obviously today they said they wanted to hopefully expand to 16 teams. They don't have the depth. So usually you're going where you're going to go once you get drafted. You don't get switched out at the last minute. They don't have that many roster spots. And that's something also that they're going to hope to work on, obviously with these new stars who are going to create a new generation of people in popularity to watch the game.
Right. And, you know, Caitlin Clark, for example, she's projected to sign a 4-year deal with the Indiana Fever, so she will most likely be there for the long term because they're not going to trade her away, right? And I was talking to one of the team owners tonight, and it was really interesting, unlike in, say, the NFL or NBA draft, where these last-minute deals and teams moving and shaking and trying to steal picks, if you will, and players for their team. They kind of all try to be on the same page and communicate, and this is who we're thinking we're going to take, and everyone kind of knows within that first round there specifically who they're going to pick, and so they do their background checks, they study their character, and then so that when they draft that player, they want to help support them. Where are they from? Is it Camila Cardozo from Brazil? What does she need for us as an organization, from us to help her thrive when she gets here? And all these other players, it's really well thought out, well planned out for them to help them succeed.
Well thought out, well planned. I guess women have something to do with this. I
Yes.
what could be the connective tissue here, Coy? Let me just ask you though. You mentioned Camilla and also Angel Reese.
Oh,
They're
that's
now on the
Anika.
same team. They were playing against her since high school, right?
They played against each other since high school, and they had a lot. There was a lot of trash talk back and forth between them in that last game, which I loved to see. The passion, as we call it. But obviously, as teammates, they're going to get along. They asked Camilla, "Did you see this? How do you think about her being your teammate?" And she was like, "Great." And I was just like, "Wait, is that great?" Because I want the drama. Here's the thing. The reason why college basketball, women's college basketball, was so good because we had storylines, we had characters, we had good guys, we had bad guys, good gals, bad gals, whatever you want to call it. We had something to invest in. And I don't want them to lose that when they get to the WNBA. Serena said it best the other day. Serena Williams said for so long they've needed their moment. And obviously in tennis, she was the lightning rod. Serena Williams was. And we need this in this moment. Don't dull it down. Make it competitive. Let them trash talk. It is their rite of passage. Let's get into it as if we're watching it the way we should.
And let them strut, because that fashion was on display as well today. I mean, Coy, you were
No,
no,
Coy shut him down. Coy said, "Y'all think y'all doing it? I have it."
I was talking to a friend earlier today. I said, like, I felt like I was in a room full of magical unicorns, and they were floating. Their feet weren't even touching the ground. Caitlin Clark there that you're seeing, she's the first time any NBA or WNBA player wore Prada on an orange or red carpet. And yes, they really put some thought into it. Angel Reese told me, she said, "Can I tell you something? I had to switch out my outfit last minute because the other one I had planned was too small." So she went out and threw that masterpiece together. Just killing it out there. It was
The ladies look good.
It was a big moment. It was a great moment for these young women who are really helping to champion women's sports, but also inspire the next generation.
That's right.
It's so important. I mean, when my kids were watching the tournament, they were watching with the same amount of excitement as they do for the NBA, as they do for any other sports. And I thought it was amazing, especially my daughter and my son, who's a basketball phenom, if I do say so.
I love it. So says the mom.
That's the mom who brings the orange slices to the games. She's 11, guys. Coy Wire, Cari Champion. So great to have both of you there.